Welcome to Days at Dogwood Canyon, a nature podcast brought to you by Dogwood Canyon Audubon Center in Cedar Hill, Texas. This is a podcast that will take you into our 200-acre wildlife preserve in the heart of the DFW Metroplex. Take a quick weekly break with us and get outside with the fresh air, the trees, and of course, the birds. My name is Kirsten, and I'm Center Coordinator Community Programs here at Dogwood Canyon Audubon Center. Welcome, listeners, to our Days at Dogwood Canyon podcast. This is a podcast about nature, birds, plants, and us. We will talk about how we all rely on each other to live our best lives. This month's plant episode will be focused on an exotic invasive plant that can be found all over the country, and reluctantly, we have it here at Dogwood Canyon. Sacred bamboo, Nandina domesticus, is a shrub that is commonly used for landscaping. It is not a bamboo, but it has bamboo-like qualities, therefore the common name. It is a shrub that can grow as tall as 6 to 10 feet with a width of 3 to 5 feet. It has visual appeal all year round with tiny white flowers in the spring, pretty green leaves in summer, beautiful rusty red foliage in fall, and brilliant red berries in the winter. The foliage is often described as lacy because the leaves look delicate and intricate. But all that is pretty is not always good. Nandina grows well in full sun and part shade, loves almost all types of soil, birds eat the bright berries in winter, it can stay small if it is pruned, but can also grow tall if left to its own devices. Once it is established, it needs very little care to survive. Sounds like the perfect plant to add to any landscaped yard, right? Oy. Nandina is of Asian origin and was introduced to the United States in the early 1800s. All the things that make Nandina a great landscaping plant is what makes them a huge threat to the natural spaces in our country. Nandina has been classified as, quote, an invasive exotic species which are established in natural areas, independently spreading and causing significant damage to natural communities. End quote. Let's start with those eye-catching red berries. They may look pretty, but they are poisonous. They are a serious detriment to our native birds who do not know that these berries are deadly. An entire flock of cedar waxwings were found dead in Georgia, and the University of Georgia Veterinary College investigated. What they found was disheartening and a bit gruesome. All the birds had died because they ingested Nandina berries. Quote, all the birds had intact Nandina berries in their crops. There was hemorrhaging in the heart, lungs, trachea, abdominal cavity, and other organs. Nandina berries contain cyanide and other alkaloids that produce highly toxic hydrogen cyanide, which is extremely poisonous to all animals. End quote. These beautiful red berries contain cyanogenic glycosides, which decompose into hydrogen cyanide. These berries can sicken and kill wildlife, domestic pets, and livestock. Now, you may be thinking, animals don't eat food that makes them sick. It's how they survive. That is true, but the Nandina plant is not a plant they are familiar with. Our North American animals did not evolve with sacred bamboo, so they don't know that it's poisonous. Those pretty berries are not quite so pretty anymore, are they? The USDA has declared Nandina a naturalized exotic that has invaded our national parks, national forests, city parks, and anywhere else that has dirt in it which they can grow. This plant is aggressive and hardy. It is adaptable, and the seeds are spread by wind, water, and, reluctantly, by animals. Okay, now that I've scared you away from Nandina, hopefully, let's talk about how we can get rid of it. If you have this in your yard, please seriously consider removing it. If it is still small, you can dig it up. If it is larger, you can use the hack and daub method of removal. Use a cutting tool to chop open a few branches and daub an herbicide directly on the cut. This is called using targeted herbicides. We're not going to spray it and kill everything else around it that we might want to keep. We're just going to daub a little bit of that herbicide on that open cut. You can use any herbicide that has tricloper in it, something such as Remedy or any poison ivy killer. You can use a small paintbrush to wipe the herbicide onto the cut that you make. Just be careful not to drip it on any plants you want to keep alive. Once you've dug it up or it has died back from the herbicide, you can carefully and safely burn it to destroy it completely. Until you can safely remove it, cut the berries off as soon as they begin to appear and store them until you can burn them as well. Next, I want to give you a few native Texas plants that you can replace your Nandina with. These plants are beautiful and much better for the environment. American Beautyberry, it's one of my favorites. It's a great alternative that has tiny purple berries in the fall that birds and other animals love. If you want to replace it with something that gives you kind of a similar look to Nandina with those bright red berries, Yopon Holly offers great, beautiful red berries in the winter and is a nice shrub that can be trimmed to size. Barbados Cherry is another great alternative that has lovely pink flowers in the spring and berries in the fall. Wax myrtles are also another great alternative that offers a dark blue to blackberry and grows as a shrub. All of these plants are often sold at one of our 2 native plant sales throughout the year. If you'd like to help us fight the Nandina growing in the preserve at Dogwood Canyon Audubon Center, we'd love to have you. Just sign up to be a habitat volunteer on our website and let us know you'd like to help us fight this poisonous exotic invasive. We have a few volunteers that focus on eradicating this dangerous plant, but it is a continuous battle. If you can't be a weekly volunteer, join us on a volunteer habitat workday to tackle invasive removals and trail cleanups. We have habitat workdays monthly in the spring and in the fall. Now, of course, I want to help you guys as much as I can, so I will post helpful links in our show notes. I hope to see all of you out at Dogwood Canyon Audubon Center soon for a habitat workday or to show us pictures of your Nandina removal.